It's your man Noah, man. We back for another installment. It's S&T Podcast, man. We are the intersection of sports and culture. Make sure you tap in with us across all social media platforms. S&T Sports, sitandtalksports.com. Make sure you holler at Commish, get your merch right, rep the gang. Check us out on Facebook where the essence of this thing began. Shout out to Smooth. We got Smooth in the building. He runs our show over at Clubhouse. Make sure you tap in. Easily one of the best rooms and for certain the best moderator. Got some good guys with me here, fellas. We're gonna get into this NBA talk. These Wednesdays we discuss NBA, big basketball. Man, I've waited for this guy for a long time. If you're in the group, you know this guy. We're glad to have him here with us. Most definitely an NBA head for sure. We got my guy Adam Nunley with us for certain.
With the fresh lineup.
You already. I mean, I ain't never seen it without one, bro.
Right.
Like Steve Harvey. He just pressed the button and just bow. You already know. We got Smooth with us, man. Of course, if you don't know the two guys up at the top, you probably don't know much about basketball here in the New England area. We got C-Mac and Smooth, of course, Coach Smooth and Coach Corey. Man, fellas, a lot of good things to talk about in this NBA as the season is approaching the midway point. Man. Where do we start? I think we got to start with some big names that are returning. For me, this is a glorious evening. We getting our two guard back. I mean, he listed as a one, but he plays the two for us. Kyrie Irving is playing basketball for my Brooklyn Nets, and I couldn't be more happy. Not necessarily happy about the score right now, but it's going to take a little time to get him back into the fold. But I mean, just as a basketball fan, it's just a beautiful thing to see Kyrie Irving playing basketball. I see C-Mac twisting his little hoodie strings. I know he's ready to bark on it. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving, fellas. He is back. He is playing meaningful basketball for the Brooklyn Nets, of course. Adam, man, you're here. You're the guest of honor, man. We're going to start with you. What are you expecting from Kyrie, and is it a good idea to have him playing away games on?
All right. So, my opinion on it, I'd say it's a good thing and a bad thing. All right, so I'll start with saying why it's good. Obviously, it's going to elevate their scoring. It's going to elevate their level of play. They're going to have an extra 25 to 30-point scorer back. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, come playoffs, and depending on how the rules are set up, it's going to kind of hurt their team chemistry because they're going to depend on him on certain aspects of his scoring or his playmaking, whatever the case may be. But he's not going to be available for every game in the series. So if it comes down to a home game to win the series and he can't play, that changes the dynamic of the series.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Real
quick, Adam, I said it when we were considering it. As y'all know, there's one degree of separation between Kyrie Irving and I. We share a mutual friend. Shout out my guy KP. We had a conversation when they were originally thinking about this at the beginning of the season. And I mean, an easy remedy for that is to be a low seed. Make sure we play 4 games on everyone else's home court. Problem solved. Because I mean, if you do that, I don't think anybody can beat us in a 7-game series if we're full strength.
Now,
I wouldn't necessarily say tank, but find a way to beat a 6 or 7 seed. Be the 8 seed.
You'd have to tank. You'd have to lose a certain amount of games to be that. But like they say, the series don't start until someone loses at their home court, but
absolutely.
like in Milwaukee, that was in game 7 was in Milwaukee.
There'll be some real frauds to do that.
Some sucker shit, but you can't expect that. It's KD fans, so you know what I mean. It is what it is.
We be NBA champions.
Trying to position yourself. I get it.
Whatever you call us, make sure it's after NBA champions.
I get it.
I appreciate you, Adam, for sure. Coaches, man. Let me touch on the coaches, and we'll get to commish. Coaches, Smooth. What is this? Kyrie
I coach too, but I'm just not. I'm just not as good as them.
Yo.
I see Dana pull off some good hood.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dana got more summer titles than me and Corey put together.
That's
actually
not as good as them, but shit, damn.
He definitely does.
Commish wasn't gonna let it slide. He wasn't letting that slide.
No, Commish got his hardware.
I know that he allegedly was summer. I know. I just wanted to make him speak up on it. Coach Smooth, man, talk to us about this Kyrie Irving situation. Does it? Would it just give me a full scope, man? What is it?
He's in again. This is I think as from a fan perspective, this is an artist that there's a beauty in watching what he does, right? And so there's a real appreciation. There's some angst and some energy, good energy about him coming back, right? Like I think, even just the people who don't even really care for Kyrie are kind of excited to see him play again. But from a team construct standpoint, this is basketball. Momentum is everything. Consistency is everything. And overall, the team chemistry is a thing. There's no, snap of a finger and, flick of a, switch that I think is going to remedy this team. I don't think Kyrie is the remedy for the team, but nor do I think this team is out of the loop, minus a Kyrie, right? It's just, this is the biggest cherry on top that there probably is in it's on a sports team, right? To have that guy.
Right.
So I do think that, they'll win some games. I think we'll see Kyrie kind of gain his form a little bit. But we're talking a long time before we get to the real basketball and where that counts. So I'm just interested to see where that, what that looks like. But it's obviously early. So I'm just excited for the guy to be back.
Absolutely.
Personally, big favorite is.
Mm-hmm. Well, most definitely, man. I started with that. I prefaced with that. If you love basketball, man, you just got to love the way that guy plays in terms of just the way he models his craft and just works at it. I think his third bucket of the night tonight, it was a transition bucket, 2 defenders back. You would have thought there was no one there. The way he just manipulates the ball is just on the string to a point where there were 2 defenders who should have been able to at least stop the ball. And I mean, the ball went behind his back and then, 2 nifty moves and it was just an easy layup.
Oh, listen, I got the game. I just turned the pass on now. He ain't lost none of that.
There's a gym somewhere near quarantining.
He ain't lost none of the bag. That don't go nowhere.
Right. I mean, he just opened up the book of 1,000 layups, and he was back on defense before you knew it. Coach McCarthy, talk to me about Kyrie Irving. What does this mean for Kyrie? What does this mean for the Nets? What does this look like for you in the whole thing kind of playing out?
I have 1 million things to say, but I won't. So here's a couple of things. I love watching Kyrie play. Mm-hmm. Dynamic as hell, right? Here's the problem. I don't remember a second tier super ever in the history of the NBA, a second tier superstar come back after missing a significant amount of games and lead his team to a championship. The reason he won't is because he'll bring his offense and he doesn't add anything defensively. The Nets are who they are defensively. They were just getting chopped and screwed by the Indiana pick and roll. Sabonis is having his way. No one can stop a side pick and roll because the problem is they put Kevin Durant at the 5 because Blake Griffin is awful, right? And Claxton is just doesn't have the experience right now. So when you get that side pick and roll with Giannis and Drew Holiday, or Middleton and Giannis with Kyrie on the floor, I don't care who you put out there, right? So that's one. That's going to be a long-term problem for the Nets. That's one. Number 2, I don't think anybody who's watching basketball this year would disagree with me if I said if you switched out John Morant right now for Kyrie Irving, if Brooklyn would be a better team. 100% would be a better team. You want to know why? Because Ja plays at both ends of the floor. The Nets don't have a personnel problem. They don't have a talent problem. They have a defensive problem. And their problems did not get better with the addition of Kyrie Irving. The difference between Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson is what? Klay Thompson's coming back and he's going to defend. He's going to be the second best defender on that team. So they're going to have 2 of the top 10 wing defenders in the NBA with Wiggins and Klay.
And you forgetting about Otto Porter.
And Porter. So what you're looking at, right, is the Nets adding because Kevin Durant's points per game will go down. They're not all going to get 30, right?
Yeah.
They're adding legitimately maybe 14, give or take, because Harden to drop some people's their numbers are going to go down. Now, the one thing that could help the Nets is if they just want to outscore people with Kyrie, and Joe Harris comes back and he's a flamethrower. So I would love to watch Kyrie. I would love to, but I don't think he helps the Nets.
I think you are you're a little antsy about that Ja Morant comment, but I'm gonna let you rock, Corey, because that's
anyone who's watched the NBA and watch what. Listen, it's not so much that Kyrie is a gifted offensive player, but if you're talking Ja, Harden, and Durant, that is way more attractive than Kyrie, Durant, and Harden. I'm sorry.
Y'all forgot, but Corey, not to cut you off, but don't forget, Harden's a flamethrower himself. He has been playing well, but if Harden gets going come playoff time, they're gonna be tough to beat. And I hate to say it, offensively, they're gonna be tough to beat.
You can't have Harden.
Virtually impossible to beat.
No, because Harden is going to self-sabotage at some point because he's gonna pass well, but when it matters most, he is, instead of making that key assist, he's gonna take that really bad shot.
Yeah,
but C-Mac, we didn't see that in all the games they played together. We saw
he wasn't healthy last year though.
No, we praise. I'm a Nets fan since they broke ground on Atlantic Ave. I was so I said very clearly, and Smooth attested this: do not go get Harden. Do not strip us Jared Allen. Do not take away Karis LeVert. Do not take away all these pieces to go get Harden, because I didn't believe Harden could assimilate to what we were trying to do. Harden got there. Kyrie and him and Kyrie had a conversation. Kyrie said, "I'll play the 2. You play the 1." Harden went in there and didn't. I don't think I counted more than 5 forced shots between all the games they played together, because he was very comfortable running the 1.
His scoring numbers will go down, right?
Yeah, but when his scoring numbers went down, he was the most efficient player on our team. He had the highest PER. He had the highest plus minus. He had the highest win percentage on our team in terms of win shares. Yeah. He led in all those categories when he took a step back from scoring the ball.
What is that going to do when they have to cover the monster and the 6'7" mid-range shooter when it matters most on a side pick and roll? Durant is not going to be able to stop Giannis rolling to the rim. They have a better chance at covering the Nets on the other end with their defensive minded guys.
Again, Corey, I've seen the Nets. I've seen the Bucks mightily struggle to defend the Nets. The Bucks were, again, when they were 3 strong, they struggled. So all I'm saying is,
can I remind you, Milwaukee was the number 1 offense in the league last year. When they had to see us, they had 3 games under 100 points. Everyone was concerned about our defense, but when it was,
they're also only talking about 2 games. It could have changed no matter what.
Again, the recipe is still.
They were 2-0. Like
the recipe is still 130 or better. The recipe is still 130, 135 or better, and just try to beat us.
Right.
And they can still do that against
y'all need to come back. Y'all need Joe Harris to come back.
That's not us playing. That's not us playing out of our minds. That's not us playing out of our minds. We could do that. We could do that casually.
Sorry, I'll go 125 or better, but 125 or better.
One ball.
Call it $120.
Let the commission put his input in.
We could do $120 in our sleep.
One ball.
Can everyone else?
The crazy thing is, y'all talking about the Bucks. Yo, I don't see the Nets beating the Bulls.
All right,
and it's listen.
Hey,
the Bulls want to listen. Hear me out.
I gotta holler at Wiz.
The Bulls want to listen. Hear me out. No,
I feel him. I know exactly what he's gonna say. Go ahead, Adam.
The Bulls want to most. Listen, hear me out. Listen, hear me out.
Hold on, Adam. We're gonna give you a moment. We gotta let the Miss touch on this though before we transition to this.
I'll make this quick, Adam, so you can get right to that point. But I mean, I told you before, like, I don't think it hurts them with Kyrie coming. With Kyrie, I don't. I mean, with any chance of y'all happen to sniff the finals, he has to play the home games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so other than that, y'all ain't gonna make it. So Kyrie has to play these home games.
We only needed 2 of them last year,
right? But I don't think it's gonna do anything to the chemistry like that. I think with Kyrie being out and them young boys playing, I think it actually going to help them in the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
You know, them young boys playing right now is going to help them in the playoffs right now. That's getting them ready to play while Kyrie's not going to be there.
Bro,
I think
Cam
that's going to be
Thompson's playing meaningful basketball for us in January. He's going to be very comfortable come April and May when he's coming
100%. I totally agree with that. Either way, I don't, you know, I'm not just going to shit on them and say they're not going to make, you know, they're a really good team. They got good talent. I don't think the chemistry with or without Kyrie is going to be the issue. I don't think that's going to be the issue. It's going to come down to, like Corey said, is them stopping a couple of players. Right. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the chemistry. I think the chemistry is going to be fine with or without Kyrie there. They built that. They learned that. They got chemistry without Kyrie right now. Mm-hmm. They know how to have chemistry with Kyrie.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be a major issue. But I'm ready to touch on that point. Wherever Adam was going, whenever you want to get to that topic, you can, because I 100% agree with him. Where Adam was going up that avenue with that conversation.
He didn't even get down the end of that avenue. You sure you agree with him?
Yeah, I do.
Before Adam goes,
I like the Bulls a lot.
Oh boy,
there's 3 problems.
I like the Bulls a lot.
One's named Nurkic. One's named.
There's one basketball.
The other one's named Embiid, and the other was named Giannis. That's all. That's all I'm telling you.
Wait, no. All right, so no. What I was going to say. What I was going to say.
It's just a bigger plate, but it's still.
I understand that, but the Bulls are one of the most complete teams in the East. They have a center, they have a point guard who plays defense, and they got 2 25 to 30 point scorers any given night.
Right.
So, unless Durant's playing the center to guard Vucevic, because Vucevic can play on the inside and he can play on the outside, and he rebounds, you're gonna get killed down low.
That's fine.
Lonzo, all you gotta do is stop either Harden or Kyrie and put it on Durant. Durant's gonna not gonna be. He's not gonna be able to outscore 3 players on the Bulls. As simple as that. And they play defense. Bulls get the number one defenses in the NBA.
Adam, I'm gonna see that, and I'm gonna raise you this: the 3 best scoring points on the floor in a Nets versus Bulls game all wear black jerseys. Be mindful of that.
Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and that's Kevin. And again, as good as DeRozan has been,
and as great as Zach LaVine is, respectively.
Matt, my man Mo in the group will gladly tell you. I never was sure that echoing DeMar DeRozan being the best. As soon as he was signed, I'm like, that's the best player. That's the most important guy on the Bulls, clearly.
G, and if you'll remind the people on my take about the Bulls before the season kicked off.
Again,
idiots on Clubhouse trying to tell me that he was going to be the 3rd option.
Right. So again, I thought DeRozan would be the best player, but I also thought that would actually be more of a catalyst to their downfall in inexperience, playoff wise as a group and chemistry. So I thought they were more along the lines of 6, maybe 7 for a playing seed. So I'm clearly wrong about that now, right? They're playing out of their minds. They look
on paper. They was top 4 from the jump.
Sir, again,
before the season started.
But I'm looking at.
To be honest,
I'm looking at how they made.
That beat them once this year.
Yeah, but if you was looking,
and they're missing Kyrie. But
looking at how they made, that just puts to me on paper that puts them top 10. Top 4 in the league.
Well, again, on paper, if you want to just put that roster together and put them top 4 in the league, cool. But if you look at them on paper,
when you break it down,
they have no real weakness.
Exactly.
You don't have
when you break the team down, they really have no really, honestly.
So wait a minute. We automatically think in a playoff series right now, the playoff series, half-court basketball, you're going to say the Chicago Bulls, again, number 1 defense and all, they're going to be able to defend and shut down in 4-2 or 4-3 the Nets.
But you don't have to. That's the thing about basketball.
If they beat the Nets, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be like,
you just have to slow them down enough to win. You don't think if they trap Durant, if you don't think,
I don't think they have a chance in hell against the Nets in the playoffs.
Lonzo's one of the best. He's one of the best defending point guards in the NBA.
I think they don't have a chance. I think that's a 4-1, 4-2 series waiting to happen.
I can tell you exactly why they could beat the Nets, because they won't be able to stop Vucevic down low. They won't.
Exactly.
1 through 12. 1 through 12 is better than 1 through 10. For the Bulls is better than the Nets 1 through 10.
Exactly.
Right?
And they're trying to get Jaren Grant.
They're
trying to get the
if
power
you're
forward spot.
thinking about how these dudes come in, when Kobe White is going to destroy Cam Thomas, I don't care what y'all, how high y'all are on Cam Thomas, he's going to destroy Cam Thomas.
I don't know why you high on Kobe White, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Well, Kobe White,
Kobe White can go.
He's
Kobe
good
White
player.
can go.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Hey, don't
He's a good player.
Hey, don't
They're
forget
all
about
good
what's his
players.
name?
Hold on,
White
fellas.
boy.
Mike.
He played for the Lakers last year.
Adam, hold on. Let C-Mac land. Go ahead, C-Mac.
Listen, when you're looking at the weakness, it's not a matter of what players are better. The matchup is a nightmare for the Nets because they have a big man that could stretch you. I want you guys the next time the Bulls play, I want you to look at how much room DeRozan has. The reason he has so much room is because Nurkic, I'm not Nurkic, I keep saying it. Williamson is taking your center out to the top of the key. Right?
Absolutely.
Levine is on the weak side, and they're just taking turns. So, and then they got Deontay Green, who is one of the best weak side offensive rebounders.
Green's okay.
Right? He doesn't suck, right?
Okay.
Then you have Kobe White, who just knocks down threes from the corner. I listen.
These aren't intimidating names to me, minus the DeRozan and Levine that you guys have said.
Intimidate you is the matchup.
Lonzo. To
me, the biggest factor to me, if they was to play, will be Lonzo Ball.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, wait, he's 6'7", yo.
Okay.
And of course, it's hard to stop Kyrie, but you don't have to stop
Kyrie.
Kyrie. All he has to do is give him some fits, and that's something he's going to do, being 6'7". Right?
Kyrie's gonna have his way.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Commissioner.
Kyrie's not gonna have his way. Be for real this time, bro.
I'm not even here to say Kyrie's gonna have his way. I actually think
he's not going to.
Yeah. I'm not again. I'm not just gonna lock him in to
I
just go
understand you're a
berserk.
fan, but we got to be real sometimes.
But more so than anything,
Are you going on record, DC, to think for 1 second that
I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not doing any of that. When it comes playoff time and they get in front of each other, it's 0-0 stats and all that other stuff. So I don't want to see what you bring up. None of that shit.
I'm asking your opinion. Is Lonzo Ball going to stop Kyrie from averaging 20?
I don't think he's going to guard him. I don't even think he's going to guard him. Be honest with you.
What's your call's going to guard him?
He needs to average more than 20.
He doesn't have to stop him from averaging 20.
Caruso
will guard Kyrie. Caruso will guard Kyrie.
I'm telling y'all,
you think he's going to get cooked? You think he's going to get cooked? I don't know.
Yes. The only person Kyrie won't cook is no longer with us. R.I.P. the legend, Kobe Bryant.
I agree with that. Listen, I agree. But my thing is, he's not going to have his way. It's impossible for him to have his. He's not going to have his way. And
hold on,
Adam. Hold up. You can sleep on Caruso if you want to.
I love Caruso,
but with James Harden being iffy, like them two are going to give fits, and that's just going to leave DeMar and Zach with just so much energy to go kill.
But DC, I'm going to ask you this: no one on the Chicago Bulls roster is a better defender than Klay Thompson? No wing player in Chicago is a better defender.
Pat Williams, but he's hurt.
Lonzo Ball is a better defender than fucking Klay Thompson.
Oh,
yeah, he is.
Ooh, man.
He is.
Wait, but Klay Thompson coming off of a scope.
No. Whether Klay comes off his injury.
Prime Klay, who Kyrie.
Prime Klay ain't never shut no one down. He's just a good defender.
I don't think Lonzo Ball has really shut anybody down. I just think
Lonzo give Curry.
Lonzo is a better defender than Klay Thompson. That's not even a fact.
Listen,
the question.
To your point, I've seen Lonzo guard Julius Randle. I watched the Bulls-Knicks game.
Lonzo's absolutely a better defender.
I saw Lonzo.
Not even a question.
Hold on, y'all. Again, I saw Lonzo, to his credit, take Julius Randle almost completely out of a fourth quarter, right? When they just we're talking Julius Randle. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of outbeat him to every spot. So trust me, there's a thing that Lonzo can do. But if we're talking in playoff basketball and you are now the prime option to stop either Kyrie Irving or James Harden. Like that's your primary matchup. That's your job, right? How effective really is he going to be in terms of his own ability to run that team? But then also, I don't just think it's in Lonzo to just go put the clamps on Harden. I got to go see that. I got to see that. Lonzo ain't been that much of a stop defender for me.
He's not going to put the clamps on him.
You could
I
just
got to see. I got to see him really stop some other real people in key moments. Julius Randle ain't enough. That's good. It's really good to do, but that ain't enough. It's not enough for me.
But Smooth, to your point though, that's the thing. All Lonzo gotta do is guard his man. He don't gotta go out and score. He don't gotta play both ways.
But
He
you're
just has to
forgetting
get
who
paid.
his man is, Adam. We're not talking. We're
I
talking
understand, but
about
you're-
a top 5 scorer in the
But
league.
you gotta-
Cool.
I know, but you understand.
Pick your poison.
Harden and Kyrie are gonna have to defend Levine and DeMar, right? So they're gonna have to perform offensively,
DeMar
and they're gonna have to
DeRozan's
play
gonna
both sides.
Post whoever up.
Yeah,
I love DeMar, man. You can't get me to say nothing bad about DeMar.
No, not at all.
I just want to give you an
Fuck with
update.
DeMar DeRozan.
When we started the show, fellas, my Brooklyn Nets were down 18. We're currently up. We're currently up 2. That's what we'll do to your 20.
Indiana. Stop, Noah. Indiana leads the NBA in first half points. Indiana leads the NBA in first half points.
Teams have been doing that to Indiana all year since the first game against Charlotte.
I don't. Are they a professional basketball team, Smooth? Did they just have an 18-point lead? They got rolled up and smoked. Thank you. We're going to transition. We got to talk about another guy coming back. I'm sure this is going to have just as much energy. Everything that I'm seeing based on my preliminary research looks like Klay Thompson makes his return to basketball on Sunday for the first time in nearly 3 years. We're talking over 30-month hiatus. The last time Klay Thompson played meaningful basketball was June of 2019. And it is now mid-January, early January 2022. Fellas, what are we expecting from Klay Thompson after 2 of the most heinous injuries a basketball player can be dealt?
He's gonna need time to get his legs under. He's definitely gonna need time.
One second, Adam. I'm gonna start with Kamish. I need to hear a little more from Kamish. We're not taking advantage of having a big dog with us this evening. Kamish, what do you expect from Klay Thompson?
I expect him to come back close to 100%. I just think he just got to get his reps in, like you said the other day. Get back to use of the game time, game speed.
Mm-hmm.
A shooter never loses his touch.
Right.
So I ain't shot the ball in about 2 years, but I'm pretty sure I can get out there, go 2 for 3 real quick. I know Klay can definitely knock down 10 in a row.
Yeah, shooter.
And we talked about this a while ago, and a few of y'all disagreed. And I think Corey was one that agreed to say that they was going to be a lot better. They'll be a lot more dangerous, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Corey was on board saying that before. But Steph, man, he, like I said before, he gets them guys behind him, and they rally behind him crazy. Now, just imagine what they're about to do with Klay coming in slowly, right? Work him in slowly. Because at the end of the day, I say it all the time. Spacing is everything. And they got enough of that shit already over there. With Klay Thompson coming back, it's just going to be even more dangerous, man, for the league. So, I got one last thing to say. It's just that LA got to get their shit together if we plan on beating them boys, because, they ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying? And Thing ain't even back, right? What's the big boy's name?
Wiseman.
He's not back, right?
No.
Right.
And
He don't even need to be
better
back.
by the day.
He doesn't even need to be back. But with Klay coming back, man, it's gonna be ugly with Klay coming back. With Jordan Poole's confidence and the way that team's rallying behind Steph, because he's the best player in the league right now. He's the MVP right now. I'm watching the game. They're losing. They're down by 8, but they're playing the Don, Luka. But it is what it is. But I think they're going to be really dangerous with Klay coming back. Klay definitely lost a step. I think it's just about his timing, getting on the court, getting them reps in. He'll be fine. He'll be perfectly fine come playoff time. And if LA doesn't get their shit together, they'll be in the finals.
Okay. C-Mac, Adam, then Smooth. Talk to me about Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson will come back and be Klay Thompson.
Fellas, whoever's TV is on loud, turn that down for me, please. Just mute that for me.
He will come. Is this? I don't think. Somebody was asking if this is broadcasted on the book. I don't think it is.
Yes, we're broadcasted on.
All right. Let's ask.
I think we are.
All right.
I
I don't
selected
think it was posted in the thing that Dana tagged us in. But all right, cool. Now, here's my thing with Klay Thompson. The biggest winner of the whole Klay Thompson thing coming back is going to be Andrew Wiggins, because all Andrew Wiggins have to do is make layups and get putbacks, and just be athletic as fuck and just fucking do whatever he wants. Right? Here's why Steph Curry is already the offense. The offense is Steph Curry. People are open, getting the best shot of their lives because of Steph Curry. Now Klay Thompson Klay Thompson on the right side of the basket is one of the best shooters in the history of basketball. That's him, period. The next thing is that Klay Thompson's Ray Allen is a jump shooter. Reggie Miller, Dale Ellis, all jump shooters. It requires a little bit of nothing for Klay Thompson to get his shot off. A little bit of nothing. You catch, he's firing, doesn't require a lot of legs, doesn't require a huge dip. So it's very little pressure on that Achilles, right? So I don't think the man defensively, he got people down there that could cover guys that he used to cover, right? Now they're probably sticking with the guy with who I call the dummy. They'll have him guard the dummy, the one guy that you don't really have to close out on. And now he has to learn to become an effective help defender. Klay Thompson on the Golden State Warriors is going to be dangerous. And I know there's a lot of bozos that are like, hey, man, they sucked last year. Here's why they suck. Because when Steph went out the game, they wasn't be able to give him shit. Steph goes out the game, they're sustaining that offense or playing a little bit below. Like they would die when he went out. So with Klay coming back, the amount of space that Steph is going to have, like I want you to envision the half-court pick and roll, right? The half-court pick and roll. And if you have Draymond setting the pick and roll, right? If Draymond setting the pick and roll, you have somebody like Iguodala on the dunker spot. Pay attention. You have Poole on the left side and Klay Thompson on the right side, right? He comes off the pick and roll. They both are going to punch towards Steph. Draymond then catches the ball, right? With a two-man. He has a two-man. He has 4 decisions to make. He can. If Klay's man help, you're a dead man. Poole's man help, you're a dead man. And if the dunker spot guy helps, it's going over the top to Iguodala or whoever for a thing. It is impossible to guard with Klay Thompson out. Impossible to guard. You have to punish them inside on the other end and get them in foul trouble the way the Cavaliers did that one year for y'all to beat them, for anybody to beat them, including the Nets.
I certainly appreciate the imagery, C-Mac. I literally saw the X's and O's as you were describing it, and that's going to be an absolute nightmare for anyone to defend, for certain. Certainly appreciate that. Adam, talk to me about Klay Thompson. What are you seeing in the future for him?
I think, to piggyback on what Corey said, he's gonna come back. He's gonna take some time, but them shooting, the way they move the ball, like what DC say, if the Lakers don't make a move, like they're going to finals. There's no team, especially now they got Gary Payton Jr. playing defense the way he's playing. He locks up. Klay locks up. Andrew Wiggins is on a career year shooting 50% from the three-point line. How do you stop a team where 4 players on the team can also shoot at an alarming rate? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see that many teams matching up. I really don't. But Klay's gonna take time. He ain't gonna come back crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite shooting guards in the NBA, but he's not gonna come back Klay right off rip. But come March, come playoff time, he's gonna perform.
They're a nightmare for the Lakers.
Yeah, like
and the only team that can probably play with them is the Nets.
The Lakers can't defend the three. And even Draymond's hitting threes now. I don't know if y'all been watching the Warriors, but like they're spreading teams out. They're running at a crazy pace that like teams don't even have time to set back up in their defense. And then you got Poole coming off the bench. He's gonna give you a cool 15, 20. What do you have, 30 the other night? He was their leading scorer the other night. Off the bench.
I mean, that's with Steph playing poorly though. I don't know if that happens.
Yeah, but even then, who's gonna come off the bench eventually?
That's
whether
one of
the Suns
my
have a good game or not.
that's one of my biggest concerns with Klay coming back. And shout out to C-Mac for calling the success of the young boy Jordan Poole. That's one of my biggest concerns. Right now, Jordan Poole's getting 14 shots a game. Klay comes back, he no longer gets
That's
14
going down.
What happens when
He can get 14.
Yeah,
Even
he'll just play even faster. Because
Yeah, they're not
honestly,
gonna play
no
crazy.
matter how they're playing right now, you know who has the fastest pace in the NBA? Take a guess.
Warriors.
No.
No.
Phoenix.
No.
Oh wait, Grizzlies.
Oh, no. Look it up. The Lakers. That's the problem with the Lakers, bro.
Westbrook.
The Lakers has the fastest pace.
C-Mac, I was on mute. I was actually trying to say the Lakers are up there. I knew that they were one or two.
I don't mean to go off topic, but that's the problem with the Lakers. You got all these old men, and they have the number one pace in the NBA.
And all this size. And you're
John
playing
Wall.
fast.
John Wall will solve that. But
No, he won't.
we can't get. Yes, he will. Yo, John Wall is more efficient. Listen, hear me out, DC. Hear me out. John Wall can do.
John Wall's been overrated since the day he got drafted.
No, he's not. John Wall can do exactly what Westbrook does at a controlled pace.
Here's the problem. I
don't
don't
like
even
guards that can't shoot. He can stay where he's at.
Yo,
Better than Westbrook.
Wall ain't. I'll just say Wall ain't it.
Sure ain't.
I ain't a bad player.
If we
He
get
ain't
Wall, we get Wall and Eric Gordon. We're not going to be. I already looked it up. I looked every possible way. They're not going to trade Westbrook due to his contract. So
Eric Gordon, I don't.
They don't
Eric
need to
Gordon's
trade
another.
Westbrook.
Lakers are second in pace, C-Mac.
They don't need to trade Westbrook.
Yeah,
They just
yeah,
need to
that's
what
get
they
the young
wanna
boys
do.
going.
Who's first now?
I'm not sure who's first, but I got it.
Yeah, Lakers were definitely two.
Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are first.
We'll do at one point.
Grizzlies or Warriors. But anyways, like I said, the Warriors are going with Klay back. The Warriors are going to be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
Fair to say. Smooth, talk to me about Klay Thompson, please.
I don't doubt that the Warriors will still be on solid pace, to run the regular season, even with Klay back, right? But again, I always offer two things. One, I just need this. I need to see. First, it's just always hard for me to tell, like, guy coming back from injury or a really long absence. I just got to see, a couple. But then I also will say, like, this Warriors team is mortal. I've never seen, and again, God bless Draymond Green and Steph Curry for being dogs about the scene, getting these young guys, prepared and ready and gelling them together. And again, it just looks like the machine. But this, again, I'm just going to offer this. This ain't the same machine. It ain't. I think this is you do have a chink in your armor, and Klay not being, say what you want about his return, he ain't going to be exactly what he was. And maybe exactly what he was just enough for Golden State to be exactly who they are, right? He's not the end all be all, but there's something about that whole team construct being exactly who they are. I think will, again, eventually it will show itself, right? I'm not here to say Klay is he's not going to be nowhere near himself, but I am here to say, even with that, I still like other teams. I like a whole lot of other teams in these playoffs. And I think they can be, again, Corey's talking about a situation where he's got to kick to one or two guys, and both guys can give you ultimately a myriad of options. Corey, there's a number of teams in the league that have legitimate threats like that, but also the Warriors have been defended. Like again, this is not the same group. There's not the same mystique. This is not those Warriors.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna land on that.
Now, there's 3 words. The defense. There's only one defense that could cover the Warriors, and it is called hope they miss. You better hope they miss.
But you know what, Corey? That's the league. That's the league. That is the league. That's the league.
They're going to shoot that shit at a higher percentage. Without Klay Thompson, you're talking about the number one defense in the league and the team with the best record in the NBA. There's something to that, right? Even through their back, this is not a Utah situation, bro. right? This is
No.
Steph Curry being able to, like, what you do against really good players is that you just really make sure 5 guys get below the 3-point line. If your guy don't have the ball, you get way off of him. Steph is the only guy in the NBA that get picked up at half court, bro.
If you're right,
all
Corey,
half court is their playground.
totally agree.
I mean,
Totally agree. I'll
real
ask you
quick, C-Mac, I saw this same nucleus win 73 games and then blow a 3-1 lead. Go ahead, Smooth.
Mortal, completely mortal. But also,
I've seen the same nucleus of guys as better versions of themselves win 73 games and then blow a 3-1 lead in the chip.
mortal. But again, Corey,
I don't know.
Corey, if what you say is true and what you say actually happens, that'll mean what DC just said is home run true. And that's the fact that Steph Curry truly, undisputedly, is the best player in the league. And he'll prove as such.
He's the only guy that's a whole offense.
Again, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stand on this.
Their number one set is Steph Curry.
If everything you say is true, then what will reveal itself is that it is no question Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA and in the playoffs and in the finals specifically. That will show itself.
I mean, he's had this opportunity before, Smooth, and he fell short.
Listen. I'm waiting. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the wall they run into.
He got 3 championships. I don't want to hear that. Yo, Durant went to Golden State to get single covered, bro. To get single covered, bro.
The mystique. I just think the mystique is there, and I think that was part of. So there was a big part of that energy. I don't love them in the playoffs. I like them. I definitely don't love them.
You better love Klay Thompson. Game 6. You better love Klay Thompson. Game 6 against Oklahoma City.
Oh, I love that Klay. What? That might be my favorite Klay.
That was a half a decade ago.
Is Sean Poole, hold on. Is Jordan Poole better than Sean Livingston?
Yo, yes. Corey, see DC, this is what I'm talking about. Corey will come in and offer like, okay, basketball, right? X's and O's, right? And it's always one thing.
Hold on. Are you taking this version of Andrew Wiggins as a total basketball player over Andre Iguodala?
I'm taking Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala. Okay, you can have that. You can gladly have that. I'm taking that Iggy 10 out of 10 times. You can have that.
Is he talking about Finals MVP, Iggy?
Yo, now you're going to that ledge, Corey. You're doing a somersault. You're doing a somersault right off the ledge.
Holding LeBron to 35, 10, and 10.
I love this. I love this energy. I love this energy. I love this energy, man, and I appreciate the enthusiasm. But I got some other stuff I need to talk about. I think we all have the same general consensus about Klay coming back. There's another guy I want to talk about, and he's going to segue into our next piece. DeMar DeRozan's playing out of his mind. He's the best player on the Chicago Bulls currently. The Chicago Bulls have the best record in the East. They're the number 1 seed. Is DeMar DeRozan an MVP candidate?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna spin the mic, and I need to know why. Kamish, you say no. Talk to me about why.
I think once I explain my reasons why, you don't even need to go to anybody else.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
Cool. Because after the top 3 MVP candidates, there's no candidates. I don't know why we keep trying to go to 5 and 6 and 8. There's no such thing. Once you're past 3, you're not an MVP candidate no more.
So the MVP race is a 3-man race.
It's the top 3, and that's it, man. That's it. It's KD, Durant, Steph, and Giannis.
No,
I'll be really quick.
I don't think hold up. In that conversation anymore.
Now hold up. There's somebody else with some really great numbers. That's the Joker. He's averaging like 27 and 14 or some shit.
Yeah, almost 14. Yep.
All right, and I think they're like 4
and 8 and like 8 assists.
Yeah.
And his team's getting smash rate.
And so if anything, I would put, but they're like 4th or 5th, I think. But
a game up.
DeRozan's going crazy. He's doing his thing, but nah, man. No,
Swing that mic. Keep going, Noah. Wait till that.
he's not in the top. He's not in the MVP race.
DC says it's a dub. C-Mac, you sound antsy. Talk to me. Yes or no?
Listen, first of all, no one thought anything of the Bulls. They're the number 1 seed in the East. If they maintain the number 1 seed, you have to.
Is he an MVP candidate?
Because of DeMar DeRozan. Because of DeMar DeRozan. Because of DeMar DeRozan's ability to play make. Because of DeMar DeRozan's ability to exploit one-on-ones. Because of DeMar DeRozan's ability to now shoot 38% from 3. Because of DeMar DeRozan's ability. Because of his ability to shoot 88% from the free throw line and go to the free throw line more than anybody else except for Giannis, right? And his ability to score points in the fourth quarter and let Levine eat at the right time and just say, "This is mine." It's very clear whose team that is, right?
So you got him above those 3.
You can talk about Joker all you want. He's losing, right?
Where do you have him, Corey?
Forget about Joker. Is he over the other 3?
It's a 3-man race right now. It's a 3-man race. It is Steph, it's Giannis, it's DeRozan. You want to know why it's not Kevin Durant? Because Kyrie Irving coming back is going to hurt.
James Harden.
Yeah, you see that? You see that?
Plays with 2 superstars.
See that, Damon?
He's not even the number 1 seed.
One mic, fellas, hold it down. We're gonna spin the mic. DC says no. C-Mac says yes. Adam, actually, Smooth, talk to me. Yes or no?
No, it's Giannis, it's Steph, and it's probably KD. And I'll say
he shouldn't be in the race
again. I'll go ahead and say I'll say that order I'll say the order of right now. Steph, Giannis, and KD. Right. Again, that's where I'm at. Right. I will say this about DeRozan. Corey is smack dead on. He's about being his team, the reason why they win and all that. Right. And I'll just say if the argument for Giannis being part of the MVP discussion and even the way he's won them was him simply, again, it wasn't his style of game. It was him being the most consistent, most dominant, most impactful player on the floor. And all I see is the Bulls sitting at the top. And I've watched a guy literally kind of manufacture a style of basketball, an identity with that team. And again, it kind of runs behind DeRozan's, the way he just, I think he leads the team. There's a leadership within him, but I think there's also there's dominance, and consistent. He's been consistent the whole year. So I don't think there's been a drop off.
So yes or no, Smooth?
I'm saying he's not in the 3.
Okay,
but shit.
So then he's not in the race.
But then why? So why would? But again, I don't think he's in the race. But it's like I don't know. I just don't understand the argument. Why wouldn't he be in the race? If why wouldn't he really be in the race?
Because Kevin Durant,
he's got the best team right now.
Steph Curry and Giannis are playing.
But all 3 of those guys are in the race because they're carrying their team. This dude's carrying his team to the number 1 team in the East. He has
to shouldn't be in the race, man.
So no, what's the question? Is he in the discussion?
Durant is averaging,
real quick.
Adam,
I want to hold up. Let me just
Durant is averaging 37 and 5. He's absolutely in the race.
Let me just reset real quick, fellas. I want to make it very clear and kind of add some context. We're talking MVP. Not the best player. This is the MVP.
Are you saying discussion?
Is he in the? Is he a contender?
But how is he?
And I think DC. I think Commissioner's point is very fair. Where if you're outside of I've never heard of MVP. I've never discussed the MVP at length beyond 3 people. So I think DC is accurate there. But then I have a few questions about the
I must watch NBA TV too much.
He's playing like one, but no, he's not. I would not rank him above those 3.
Real quick before I breeze on it. Go ahead, Adam. Is DeRozan yes or no?
No. And he certainly, because I grant that he has a huge impact to the team. I'm not going to say that. He's playing at a high level. He's closing games.
I think the reasons why are obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think.
I just saw an interesting stat. DeMar DeRozan became the only player in NBA history to hit game winners back to back.
Yeah, but
all great.
Three.
He's playing at a high level without question. But to say he's
So
MVP,
I'm gonna, fellas, you know where I have to go when we're talking analysis. I have to go to some advanced stuff. I want you guys when you.
I knew you was over there cooking up some straight analytical garbage. You know, get on his phone. You over there. He getting deep in the numbers and you know.
No, Smooth. I took all these notes beforehand. These are notes I've been taking. I take my own personal notes.
Oh, you took your own personal. You do your own numbers. And all right, gotcha.
I took my own personal notes, so I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it.
I know. Understood.
I want you guys to when you do have a chance to correlate to make the correlation between league MVPs historically, which we can talk over the last 40 years. Over the last 40 years, you can find your league MVP in the advanced metrics. And currently, you will not find DeMar DeRozan in any of the top 5. If you look at historically, the last 40 years, the league MVP will always be within the top 3 win shares, plus minus, and PER. DeMar DeRozan isn't in the top 5 of any of those. Yeah. So currently, in a name that didn't get enough mention, he got mentioned, but didn't get enough mention. Let me tell you who's leading these 3 major metrics that usually determine the league MVP. I believe it's 39 of the last 40 years, the league MVP was top 3 in each of these metrics. So currently, the PER rankings for the season, Jokic is number 1, Giannis is number 2, Embiid is number 3, Jimmy Butler is number 4, LeBron is number 5.
Fuck your argument up.
Win shares currently, Giannis is number 1, Jokic is number 2, Jarrett Allen is number 4, Chris Paul is number 5.
All right, another one fucked up. Go ahead.
Plus minus. Jokic is number 1. Again, Jokic is number 1. Giannis is number 2. Jimmy Butler number 3. LeBron number 4. Joel Embiid number 5. So Curry nor DeRozan are even being mentioned. And this is evaluating the impact. The 3 major metrics that are used when looking at the league MVP. 39 of the last 40 years, you can find the league MVP in the top 3 of each of these lists.
Well, I heard you say Jimmy Butler, so that just eliminates any fucking thing that you said, right? Number 2, so the fourth quarter scoring between 2 guys, Embiid and DeRozan, right? Third, right? DeRozan is the number 1 player on the number 1 team in the East, and Jokic is on a freaking mid-level team. So let's just take yo. If you say Giannis, I'm good. If you say Curry, I'm good. But I'm telling you right now, DeRozan is better is because of what he has to play with compared to Kevin Durant has surpassed Kevin Durant.
Exactly. Durant should even be in the race, fam.
Surpass him in what?
In the MVP, not best player in the MVP race.
Oh no, okay. I mean, I don't have KD in the top 3 simply because he's playing with another league MVP.
Superstar.
And that's my team. I can't put Kevin Durant there because when you can lean on another league MVP, that's a luxury.
He ain't just hold on, wait, no, he ain't just
anyone else in the league can do that.
Who's leading?
No, he ain't just the league MVP. No.
You can lean on another league MVP.
He's a 3-time scoring champ. He's a 3-time scoring champ.
He led the league in assists before.
And he's been on. Listen, he's been on the first team All NBA for the last 4 years.
Oh,
James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is James Harden we're talking about.
The MVP race. Huh?
This is James Harden we're talking about. So my three look like this. I've got Jokic. He has to be there. I got Jokic. I got excuse me. I have Giannis, and the third is a little murky, man.
What are you over here? What are you over there thinking about? It's Steph Curry.
It's Steph Curry.
Yo, you again. I'm a little disturbed that you're not even going near Steph Curry.
Yeah, right.
I'm a little disturbed.
I mean, he won't win.
You said murky.
I'm a little disturbed.
Number 1 on your list. Hands down.
Like, yo, DC, I'm sitting there like, yo, wait a minute.
Oh, if I don't hear Steph and Giannis, you can make an argument against DeRozan. If there's no argument without Steph and Giannis.
Yeah.
I have Giannis. I have Giannis for sure.
Okay, so what in the world would make you not have Steph Curry, Noah?
Because I've got 39 years of data that shows that.
Get this man out of here, dog.
39 years of data that says he
Yo,
won.
where's
I'm
my
out.
man?
I love you, dog. I
Where's
support
my-
I mean,
a lot of things you say, but I ain't with you on this one, fam.
Yo,
I don't need you to be
no.
happy. And that's one of my favorite things about you. You don't need a crowd in order to know what you know. I'm telling you based on history, based on 39 years.
Yo, please.
Thank you, D.
No,
We're
stay
live.
with us,
We are
dog. Stay
live.
with
This
us.
is being recorded. This is gonna go up.
I
All
know.
kind of shit.
I know. He won't
Stop.
win, DC.
While you are ahead.
Oh my god.
He will not
I
win.
fell in my chair, man.
He won't win.
That's not the question. Whether
That's
he'll
not
win
the
or
question. That's absolutely not the question, and you know that.
Why can't it be?
Not. It's top 3 is the question.
We just said who's in the real race, and we said top. We just made a criteria. Top 3 is the race.
No, when
right?
four of us
I'm
agree
telling
that
you.
Steph's number 1, and you telling us Steph ain't even your top 3, that's why.
He's not.
Wow.
The data doesn't suggest it.
What,
bro, man?
You cannot manipulate. Yeah, I just it's crazy. Yo, stop. You manipulate this data you infamously talk about every time we do this.
He won't
When
win.
the data suits,
Based on the data.
it's this player reigns supreme, right? But the data clearly shows the impact Steph's had on the Warriors off the field.
But it
And
doesn't.
you running away from that.
No,
It
you
doesn't.
can't
You
possibly,
running away from that.
no, you
does
can't
not.
possibly
I'm
turn
telling
on
you.
your TV and look at Steph playing and be like, nah, I don't really feel like he's in the top.
I can Adam. I can do what he's doing right now with the numbers.
Tonight's a tough night for him.
It might be a tough night. It's tough.
There've been several. There've been several.
It's not like he got blown out.
Yo,
like
no
that.
bullshit. Can we?
Next question.
Yo,
You said 39 years of data told you Steph is not top 3.
I got some chicken
right
broccoli
He's
and
not gonna
CD
be.
waiting for me.
In 39 or 40 years, you have to be in these metrics in order to win it. He's not in any of them. Not one.
Got it.
Oh,
Not
That
one.
man will go out and score more than half his team points.
That doesn't make you an MVP though.
But he ain't playing
Oh,
along
man,
no other
please,
All-Star.
Noah.
You know what? Let's you know what? Let's
Can we
just
move
give
on?
it to Draymond. Fuck it. Let's just give it to
Yeah.
No,
Draymond.
we can't do that. We can't
Let's
do
just give it to Draymond.
We can't do that.
Why not?
Next question.
Fellas, the next piece on my schedule this evening, I need to spin the mic real quick, and we need some hot takes. I need some hot takes for the midway through the season. Commish, give me a mid-season hot take for the rest of the year.
That statement you just said is crazy.
Yo, when did you become Mexican, fam? There's been a lot of you drinking a lot of tequila. What the fuck is you got Coronas over there? What the fuck is all this?
Hot take, and I mean this. Like,
Celtics fans are gonna be sick this year.
nah, hot
That's
take.
not a hot take, that's a fact.
If Bulls meet up with Brooklyn, the Bulls are gonna win.
Someone's going home unhappy.
I honestly believe that.
No, you
Hey,
don't.
on top of this, Noah.
I
To your
really,
point,
really like the
you gotta
Bulls.
think of it this way. Kyrie can only play away games, fam.
So what?
Even
So,
if you play
so,
home.
wait a minute. So if the Bulls steal
Let's
home,
stick to the hot takes.
Yeah. Adam, give me a hot take for the rest of the year.
for the rest of the year,
Yeah, we're at the midway point, just about. Give me a hot take for the rest
I'm
of the season.
gonna give you 2. Lakers is going to finals.
That's not a hot
They're
take.
9th seed right now.
Not a hot take.
Not a hot take.
They
That's
going
not a hot take, eh?
Huh?
Ain't
not a
not
hot
hot
take.
about that.
We just gotta get our shit together. That's not a hot take.
All right. Well, Grizzlies. The Grizzlies going to shock someone's favorite team this year in the playoffs.
I don't think that's a hot take either.
You know?
I don't.
I think
They
it's all right.
packed Steph Curry up last year.
No, the Lakers did. Not
No. The Grizzlies packed Steph Curry up last year.
no, they didn't. It was a playing game. The Lakers won.
They took that. What you talking about?
LeBron hit the game with his shot in the playing game and sent the
He beat the Warriors.
Oh,
Beat
but
the
that
Warriors.
sent them to the next day, to the losers bracket of the plane.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He beat the
Yeah,
Warriors.
I mean, but they didn't even have Desmond Bain playing the way he's playing right now.
Granted.
I mean, he just got better. That's
Yeah.
all. He got
Now, I told people, DC, remember I told you beginning of the
Yeah.
year.
Hold on, Adam. Smooth. I need a hot take for the remainder of the season.
I like where Adam was going. I think Russell Westbrook will help the Lakers beat one of the teams that's in the top 4 in the seedings right now, at some point he's gonna run into a playoff matchup. He's gonna be really impactful in winning, helping them win one of those playoff matchups. I think Russell Westbrook will actually end up having a better end of season than middle and start of the season.
To piggyback on what Smooth just said.
Hold on, Adam, you can't hijack my show, fam. You a guest here.
Stanley Johnson is going to be key to the Lakers getting far in the playoffs. His defense.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
right.
He might not play.
Yeah, he's not gonna get minutes. C-Mac, give me a hot take.
I got one for the West and one for the East.
I appreciate that.
Here's the East. The Eastern
Don't
Conference.
say nothing to piss me off, neither.
The Eastern Conference Finals will be that team from Chicago.
Oh my God!
And that team from Philadelphia.
I'm not mad at that.
The Philly's not hot.
That.
The Philly is not hot.
Oh.
That's not hot. I said something clearly. We were having a discussion in the clubhouse about Philly.
I'm telling you, right? Philly, all right, I'll explain why some other time because it's a hot take, right? Now, my hot take for the West. 1 month from now, we will be on this show and we will talk about LeBron James being an MVP candidate.
Absolutely, that's fair.
Greatest.
He's the GOAT.
No, he ain't the GOAT.
No, he's not. Calm down.
He's the GOAT.
He's
the greatest of all time.
I swear.
I like that. My hot take is that come playoff time, Ben Simmons will be the point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers actively.
That's why they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals, buddy.
Can they just drop the switch on him at any time? Right? There's no deadline that he can just show up.
I heard through the. Yeah. I was doing research there. I heard the Kings made all their guards available in a trade for Ben. So that means Halliburton, Fox, and Buddy all available.
Let me tell you something. I don't like that. I love that. Ben Simmons is one of the. You talk about players under 25, right? I think he's still under 25.
He's like
24.
Right. Again, easily when on the floor, one of the most impactful players in the league.
Absolutely, two-way. One of the best two-ways in the league.
And so there's almost a price you can't put on Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So I'm with, if that happens.
The Kings owner, I read it today. The Kings owner gave the GM a green light, trade anybody you want to get that deal done.
I bet you there were other deals that were sent down down the pike, and they just said no.
I also read Daryl Morey's waiting for Damian Lillard to be available and Bradley Beal. That's the only thing.
I'm not taking Lillard right now. Bradley Beal's probably not going to get.
I probably wouldn't take Lillard, but I would also, again, Morey is absolutely right in saying, don't talk to me unless you give me an all NBA guy. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. And even if you got an all NBA guy, if it ain't a certain tier, I'm not hearing none of that. Daryl
Morey is a brilliant basketball guy. Smooth. Who did Daryl Morey say is the greatest player of all time? We're gonna move
you're ridiculous. You are ridiculous, dog.
We're gonna
who he's talking about.
We're gonna move forward, fellas, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, man, because it wasn't very tasteful. I love this kid. I've loved him since college, man, and we got to touch on the situation with Kevin Porter, man. The biggest drawback for me was who he did it to. Coach Lucas historically he has a long and lengthy track record of working with young dudes and getting them right. And for KP to have lashed out at him and like that, and the matter be a very public matter, very very tasteless act. I don't know what coach could have done to kind of even maybe remotely warrant that. And it just goes to show you, man. I know we've touched on the mental health space before, and clearly there's some things going on with Kevin Porter. I mean, as far as the basketball goes, like, we know he can go. KP can put the ball in the bucket. KP is a baller. But it's like, we look at this situation, and we've seen this before. We've seen problematic issues with really good players, whether it be Sprewell putting hands on coaches. Like, it's unfortunate that these teams don't do more for these kinds of players. And I mean, we could even transition it over to AB. We're seeing what's going on with AB, and there's been problems in certain places. And, you know, we hear the coaches and other players say, you know, he needs help, and I hope he gets the help he needs. Are these teams doing enough for these young dudes who come from really broken places? A lot of these young boys come from the slums, they come from the trenches, and clearly, you know, they don't have the decorum, and they don't have the wherewithal to kind of conduct themselves in a professional space or as an adult person. Like, what were y'all's feelings on the KP situation? And obviously, we're talking about Kevin Porter, the situation he had down in Houston, where he kind of berated Coach Lucas. And I want to get just quick feedback. We don't have a lot of time for this, but it would be irresponsible to not touch on it. So I want to hear from the coaches first. C-Mac, what happened with that situation? And was it preventable?
Well, you're talking about once you invite the AAU culture into the NBA, you have this thing where people don't respect the legends, and they don't do homework. The majority of I can't say the majority, but a lot of AAU players in that sort of mindset, they don't watch college basketball. They just want to skip that whole process. So they're skipping steps eventually, because usually people who don't skip steps understand who the great ones are, right? And not for him, part of this is a couple of things. Him to not have any respect for folks who have come before him, who have put in the work, especially work with people like him. That's what Lucas did as a former drug addict, or what he does for the league. So clearly he has no respect for that. That's number one. Number two, I believe that Kevin Porter himself, he's already had those issues already, right? So he already knows he's always had it in Cleveland. So that's part of his moxie, right? Number three, everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. And what I say by that, and what I mean by that, yes, you could have the rookie camp when you come into the NBA. You could have all the do's and don'ts that they tell you about, but there's nothing they could do to stop the entourages from coming, from enabling, from these people to hear. You can say whatever you want about Kevin Porter in the locker room. You can tell him he sucks. You can tell him that he don't work well with his girl. Nothing like that. He's gonna find somebody that's gonna tell him that he's the best player in the NBA. And that's the problem. That allows him, that in his mind, his young, stupid mind, gives him carte blanche to be disrespectful to anyone. He would have done that to anyone, no matter who it was. He would have done it to LeBron. He would have done it to anyone. That's because he has that fixed mindset that is ingrained in him by that sort of AAU freelance culture.
Eloquent as ever, C-Mac. Coach Smooth, man, talk to me about that, man. I know you guys work with these young people and get them groomed.
He definitely has. There's a history with Kevin Porter Jr. You know, probably dating back to even high school. But this is also what happens with losing basketball teams, right? Let's make no mistake about it. This is a losing basketball club. They had a small streak where a lot of their just alternate guys were in place when Jalen Green and Kevin Porter were out, even Christian Wood were out, and they were running off some good wins, right? Really competitive. These guys returned, and look, I said Kevin Porter as a point guard at the lead guard position all year. They made no plan. There was no plan to have even a DJ Augustine, who they had on the roster, to be kind of your set the table, run the team with all these young guys. So I think it was a nightmare waiting to happen, but also Kevin Porter being who he is. I think just with losing basketball and losing, kind of culture, I think that these things happen, and shit is just getting hot in Houston as probably expected. So I don't want to make the mark on Kevin Porter. I know what he did was ultimately probably really disrespectful, and certainly didn't respect his elders, the OGs in the league. But there's other guys that blow up at coaches that have a little bit more of a cleaner history, right? And this was the wrong guy in a situation where they're just not good.
Yeah, good, fair points. DC, then Adam.
I mean, talk about Sprewell's nephew here. I mean, Kevin Porter, he's a hothead, He'll get it together.
Will it be too late?
He'll get it together.
Okay.
I mean, he's a hothead. Kevin Porter.
I'd blow up at some point if I wasn't a steady point guard and they had me running point guard too. Like,
I mean, they're over there getting their ass whooped. There's no leadership. There's no older players over there. There's a gang of young guys over there. They're fucking everybody after the games. Like, they're having fun. Like,
losing culture.
They're in Houston.
Basketball.
How you put Kevin Porter in Houston with a bunch of young boys on the squad? Like,
at the point guard, D.
How's he improving over there?
He's the one. Like, what?
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this generation. I'm even getting older now. Yo, they don't respect the older dudes. They don't
respect nothing.
They don't care. They ain't trying to hear nothing. You can't tell them nothing. You can't, and that's what it is. That's just how it is. That's how these players are. That's how I know. Like you guys said, maybe it's the AAU, the way how they're being brought up. Like they don't. When you got people gassing you up your whole life, and then you make it, who can tell
you anything, right?
Tell you anything. You know what I mean? Especially from the like Smooth said, the background he came from, he had a hardship. He had a hardship that he went through some struggles growing up, and then he still made it. So dudes like that, their mentality's like, it's tough to break. It's tough to break. You can't say nothing to them until it's like, it's tough love, but that's how they are.
He was in Cleveland with no guidance, youngins. He's in Houston with no guidance and youngins. Yeah. I mean,
you can't tell him nothing. And then even Christian Wood snapped out. You know what I mean? Like, and he was known as a quiet guy. He was known as like,
losing culture.
Yeah,
losing culture.
Yeah,
ain't got no facts.
Winning cures everything.
Winning would cure everything.
And 5 in a row. We ain't talking about this.
Right.
Losing boils everything. It literally boils it. If something's waiting to stop, all you got to lose is 8-10 games in a row a couple times.
This shit's gonna go crazy.
I know he's looking at who's the other guy, the one they just drafted.
Jalen Green.
Yeah, I know he's probably looking at Jalen Green, jacking shots and seeing his coach there say nothing to him, but then he talking shit to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sure that didn't sit well with him either. Because that boy Jalen Green be getting up some shots, and he don't be hitting.
As he should.
Yeah, as he should. Mm-hmm. We're gonna drop the heavy stuff, fellas, and we're gonna have a little fun with this. I need some unpopular opinions. Opinions.
You may as well start with the guy in the purple sweater on.
Oh yeah. You knew that was coming to see, Matt. You saw that a mile away. We got to start. If unpopular opinions was a person, it would be our lovely commissioner
and Marlon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Marlon teeters the line, man, but when he goes off the ledge, it's really off the ledge. Really off the ledge.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell Marlon nothing tonight because he beat the Celtics, and I believe they swept them on the year.
Yeah, don't say anything to Marlon this evening. Yo, the funny thing, Smooth, real quick on Marlon, man, like when he's off the ledge, like he'll take the parachute off, leave it on the cliff, and just free dive.
Yo,
like, he doesn't even want to be safe. Like, he doesn't even want the chance to correct things.
With confidence. Like, yo, I'm dying.
Crazy.
I'm out of here. Kamish, unpopular opinion.
The boys are back.
Who?
I think we're on a 1-game winning streak right now.
Don't disrespect us.
Boys are back.
But anyway, no, my unpopular opinion is I don't even think it's an opinion. It's a fact. We're gonna get rolling and we'll be fine. My unpopular opinion is going back to LA Lakers. We're gonna get our shit together. We're gonna get our young boys back, and we're gonna be in the finals.
5. We getting 5, boy.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say anything.
I'll give you an unpopular opinion.
Adam, you hijacking my show again, boss.
That's what I believe. I mean,
Coach McCarthy, unpopular opinion.
And I tried to tell Corey that Ariza and Ellington will not be the most important guys that we just got.
Yeah, you have yet to beat a really good team yet, and you're going to need a reason to do that.
I'm not denying it, but
AD.
I told you Monk will be the most important guy.
AD cannot come back off.
You were right about Malik Monk.
He's seen what Braun been doing at center. He cannot come back and be soft. Oh, we ain't going nowhere.
We just got to accept AD being soft. That's who he is.
He is who he is.
He is a bitch.
He's who he is.
He's a bitch.
You
That's
ain't never
what it
lied.
is.
He's who he is. He's really who he
told the
is.
coach he was tired.
I don't even know if it's that strong as what Corey said, but he really is who he is.
Yo,
He's really who
leave
he's who he
street
is.
clothes
Yo.
alone, man. Leave street clothes alone. C-Mac, unpopular opinion on the season.
Okay. Here it is. Are you ready for the dawn? Actually, the dawn is coming. The dawn is coming. I know we stopped talking about him because he's been hurt, but the dawn is coming. Watch.
Like as in Doncic?
No, as in Doncic. Yo,
Coming for what?
he's coming for that. He's coming for that top 4 slot in the Western Conference. The Mavs are about to take off. The Dawn is going to start dominating again. That's my unpopular opinion. I'm telling you, Luka is going to start taking off again.
I'm not mad at that.
Did he even win tonight?
I just watch. They're going to end up there, man. They're going to end up there. Luka
I'm
is
sitting here watching the game. I don't even know if they won.
They won. They won. They beat the Warriors by 17.
Okay, y'all sitting here watching. I don't even know if they.
Luka shot 2 for 8 from the 3 and 7 for 18. He's
What do you have for assists?
7.
What do you have for rebounds? 8?
7.
Right.
7 rebounds, 8 assists.
Adam, unpopular opinion on the season.
Nets ain't coming out the East.
I asked for an unpopular opinion, not a drug-induced opinion.
I mean, my Eastern Conference unpopular opinion is that they don't make the ECF.
So, yo, take your drugs back from Corey, Adam.
Unpopular.
So you're not stick. So he's making you change your answer.
Yes.
Nah, you don't got to change none of that.
I got to change my answer. Unpopular opinion. Hold on. Unpopular opinion. When LeBron becomes the all-time leading scorer, he'll be officially known as the GOAT. And y'all can take nothing away from him.
Shaq said that already. Smooth.
And Shaq's dumb.
I really don't want to follow that. But I will.
He's all ready to go, Adam.
I really don't want to follow that, but I guess I have to. Listen, in game 1 of 2016 conference finals, if Kawhi Leonard doesn't get hurt, you know what? I'm not going to go there. But
I can't wait to do our most overrated section.
I could go there because again, I got real bones to pick with y'all about this Kawhi thing. I ain't forgot. I ain't never forgot. But I'm gonna put that on ice.
Is it
this
time
season?
13?
I'm gonna put that on ice.
You're on 13, right?
Again, y'all been getting real greasy with Kawhi, but I'm gonna put it on ice.
Managing.
Yeah.
Is he even coming back this year?
Hold on, yo. This season, I'm gonna say my unpopular opinion. I'm gonna say the Bucks. I actually can't believe I'm saying it. I think the Bucks will be in another finals
this year.
Yeah, I think they'll have another opportunity to go win it again.
No,
I don't even think the Bucks are gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, I know. I don't think I know. I know they will. And the worst thing that could happen, I think, is for them to run up against Brooklyn again. I think that's the one thing that I if it happens in the conference finals, maybe there's a way that Brooklyn squeaks, But I still think
if the Bucks beat Durant again, I better never hear Durant's the best
again. The matchup. That's the only matchup I'm worried about. I'm still worried about. I don't think I think the Brooklyn can still be good, but I don't feel super confident at all, and I really do. I think the Bucks are going to find their way to another chance at getting back to back.
That's a wild shit. I respect
I don't know how much of a hot take that is because they came into the season as the favorites.
I mean, but again, a favorites because all I heard was the reasons and excuses why. But I also saw one dude play the same way that people said he couldn't play and win a championship, and he did it. I think that's impactful for me, and I think they gained again whatever tier confidence they had. Once these playoffs begin, something's going to ramp up, and I think they have a good chunk of their core not named Middleton, Drew.
Yeah, one thing I will say about that,
and Giannis. I like the supporting cast. I really don't hate it.
I watched Aurora play at Mexico. He's nice.
Here's my unpopular opinion. The NBA Finals will be the Brooklyn Nets versus, and this will make you guys happy, the Los Angeles Lakers. I think the Lakers
Make who happy?
Who happy?
The guy in the
go ask Vegas how popular that is.
The guy in the Barney suit. It'll make the guy down below in the Barney suit very happy.
I will tell you right now, Noah, Durant does not want to see LeBron in the finals.
Oh my God!
Adam.
We win 4-2, and y'all only get 2 because LeBron's the greatest player of all time.
Adam, I'm with you. I don't know. I do not know about Brooklyn. I love watching Brooklyn.
There's no resistance at the rim for them. There's no resistance.
I will tell you right now, they will go that small lineup, and they will be tough to guard.
Who?
The Lakers.
All right.
I think the Lakers still have a move to make. Now, my question for Dana and Smooth, who are Lakers fans, Adam, my question for y'all, are y'all agree? What trade would y'all make to help the Lakers right now?
John Wall.
We're not gonna make a major trade.
It can't. You're right.
A trade won't happen, but could happen.
You're a Lakers fan?
We're not gonna make an impactful trade this season.
Smooth.
Wait. I can tell y'all a trade right now. I can give y'all a trade right now.
There's no one we're trading for, really.
You've been alive, Adam.
Again, Adam, I'm real about mine, and I never cared for LeBron, right? I recognize, but I never cared for him. So it's taken me a long time to be accepting of this thing.
I get it.
Yeah, it's taking a while, cuz.
As you can see, LeBron's
gonna make a trade.
He's a winner.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm taking Nunn. I'm taking Morton Tucker, and I'm taking
get Buddy
with a fat contract. Somebody with a fat contract, and I'm going to get Buddy, and I'm going to get Rashawn Holmes or Bagley.
Yeah, Buddy. If we get Buddy,
the Lakers will be very different with that squad.
If we get Buddy, if we find a way to get Buddy,
if
you know why that's not going to happen? Because Sacramento already has all those guards.
Every one of them.
Then we're just sending them 2 more.
No, but
if
Morton Tucker plays both ends of the floor.
If we can do a 3,
I agree.
Listen, hold on. Listen, we can do a 3.
None is a flamethrower.
One mic.
None is a flamethrower that gives you sort of like that Buddy production, but he plays harder.
None is who we need back.
If we could send a 3-team trade, because I think Indiana is willing to get rid of Brogdon and Turner.
You have nothing for Brogdon. It's not going to happen. We have nothing for Brogdon.
It's not
going to happen.
They're looking to trade LeVert too.
Adam, lean back. You're cutting your head off. Lean back.
So my thing is, if we can get Westbrook or we can get THT and do a 3-team trade to get Buddy, get Brogdon in one of them or Turner, send him to Sacramento for Buddy and like you said, Marvin Bagley, we'll be all right. Yo, we get Buddy. Buddy is a knockdown flamethrower, as you seen last night. Contested, it doesn't matter, yo. He's going to
that should have been the original trade.
Facts.
This is a chance for.
But we're not making them those trades. I don't see it happening.
It's Westbrook's contract.
Our guys are gonna come back. We need Nunn healthy.
Who is our guys? You talking about Nunn because we saw everybody else.
That's what I mean. Nunn is the main guy we need back.
Damn, not street clothes.
So
he sucks.
Again, I don't even think. Again, he's got to come back in some capacity.
Who?
Anthony Davis.
What's he gonna give us? Mid-range jumpers?
Again, the Western Conference will rely on 2 things. I think if the NBA championship will rely on a couple
one of the
things,
most efficient players ever to step on the court. And
that is a fact.
He is currently shooting the lowest 3-point percentage in the history of the NBA.
Real quick,
he shouldn't be out there.
real quick, y'all. If Steph Curry is who you say he is, you swear up and down he is, it will be smooth sailing for the Warriors to win a title. If LeBron James is who you say he is, then we will get our wish, and the Lakers will actually be like, non-bubble titles, right? We'll have the bubble chip and another
we
chip.
need none back. Trust me.
Nobody in the right.
If LeBron James is Noah, who you say he is, he will have a chance to create his finest masterpiece thus far.
He wins the
People say
championship.
that every year about
He hasn't created a masterpiece.
Y'all gonna have to remove me from the
Hold it down. One mic.
2016 was kind of a masterpiece, right? To come back.
No, it wasn't.
You could
Again, he had plenty of help doing so. But this right here, if
LeBron
this
doesn't have a masterpiece championship,
this would be. I'm telling you now.
If LeBron wins the championship,
I'll give him. I will give
y'all ain't
it.
gonna be able to
there.
tell me nothing.
If he manufactures that, DC,
isn't he still
I'm not saying I got to rearrange my top five, but I got to put a little respect on it. I got to put a little respect on it.
Somebody says if LeBron does this, if LeBron does this.
Yeah, I'm saying if I can. If
everybody always moving the goalposts for LeBron.
They do.
Right.
The goalpost is high, Corey. The goalpost is far. Michael, again, the goalpost is Cap. Mike is far.
Years ago.
It's far. The goalpost is super far. So it ain't moved. It's just far.
At 37?
Fellas, I appreciate
you know what's crazy? You're not going to say it.
Say it, DC.
Please.
I'm good.
Say it, DC.
Honestly, I can't stand LeBron, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
Thank you.
LeBron. The reason I don't have LeBron as my GOAT is because LeBron's the.
He's not even ranked up there with me. Like,
disrespect.
You have a very.
To me, I don't give a fuck.
You're on hallucinogens, bro.
Cool. He's not top 3 to me. Like,
okay.
So.
Adam,
listen. He's cracked DC's skin.
I invite you on my show, and you give your co-panelists illicit drugs. Terrible.
DC, he's cracked the 10 though, right now.
He's top 10.
Yeah,
top 10.
He's the only player in his LeBron is the third best player. He's the third best player ever, and he will be number 1 by the time he retires.
He's the second best player.
Hey, listen, I kid you not.
Listen, fellas.
Ain't y'all haven't heard one real y'all haven't heard one real NBA legend say that they'll take LeBron over Kobe. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Why would they say that?
Fuck out of here.
Listen, fellas.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold it down. My last piece of business on my agenda this evening. There was no way we were going to do this with our special guest, Mr. Nunley.
Magic and Bird said they'll take Kobe over LeBron. Fuck that.
That's cute, but that doesn't change the facts, DC.
Shaq said it.
Shaq said LeBron will be the best player of all time.
What's he gonna say? I'll take LeBron or something he didn't win a championship with.
Listen, fellas. Let me just kind of regain control here.
This man ain't even passed. He ain't even passed Bird.
I mean, fellas, we're gonna let all this happen. I mean,
you're gross, Dana.
I'm for real, bro. It's the best motherfucker ever.
Yo, he's so true about it.
I know.
You see the last topic for the night. The last topic for the night is, of course, Mr. LeBron James. There was no way we were going to have Adam on
37 years old. Hold on. He's 37 years old. Still out playing 80% of the league.
Listen.
80% of the league.
Listen, Adam, relax. I got 2 questions, and we're going to spin this mic on LeBron James. Look at DC. Terrible.
Yeah, I hear you, DC. Yep.
Yo, y'all are disgusting. This shows any other player. Y'all be freaking hot, fucking dry throated and thirsty to talk about.
Listen, C-Mac, the reason is because they've never had their childhood memories and their nostalgia threatened.
No, they can't get past their idol. I get it.
Right. So I got a 2-part question for Mr. LeBron James. Where is he ranked currently in the NBA? And we're going to spin the mic on that, and then we're going to close with where you have him all time. Smooth, we're going to start with you. Where is LeBron James ranked amongst players in today's league?
We threw that quick question out recently on Clubhouse, and I have LeBron currently 8th.
He's currently 8th in the league.
He's 8th all time.
Oh,
He's
Yo,
again
my
the
man, dog, I love you so
eighth
much,
best
bro.
basketball player of all time.
Fuck out of here, man.
Right? He's 8.
Smooth. Give me the 7 ahead of him.
In this order: Mike, Kobe, Cat,
Kobe's a French.
Cat, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kobe's a French top 10.
Magic Johnson.
Fuck out of here.
Magic Johnson.
Let him talk, Adam.
Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, and LeBron James. There you
go. Smooth. Okay, I appreciate that. But Smooth. The first question was, where do you have him ranked currently today in today's NBA?
In today's NBA, I think again, bar none, any way you shake it, and then same way I look at the top 10. We look at the numbers, we look at the tape, look at just everything. I think bar none right now, LeBron's still probably a top 5 player. Like when you look, you just look at it.
I don't need a PC answer. I don't need not
Yo, you're a trip, dog.
What number is LeBron James?
Okay, so I'll be fair. Since I gave you a ranking there, I'll give you a ranking here. Now, today, LeBron James is the 5th best player in the league.
Give me the 4 ahead of him.
Steph, Giannis, Kevin Durant, and yeah, I'm gonna probably say Jokic.
Okay.
C-Mac,
where's LeBron ranked right now?
He's the 4th best player in the league.
Who are the 3 ahead of him?
3rd. I have Steph. I have Steph ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
I have Giannis ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
What am I saying? He's the 3rd best player. I have LeBron 3rd. And
you don't think he's better than Kevin Durant right now?
I think he's better than Kevin.
I'm sorry, you actually do. That's the crazy shit.
I think he's better than Kevin Durant.
You actually do.
Because playmaking is a part of basketball. Kevin Durant cannot play 1 through 5.
Corey, say it again.
Playmaking is part of the game, right? LeBron is
a major part of the game.
LeBron is willing to do everything for his team to win. Kevin Durant is willing to score for his team. And
that's it.
And oftentimes, like Kevin Durant it is so rare for him to be a playmaker that when he gets 7 assists, people celebrate that. When he gets 12 rebounds, they celebrate that. That's a Monday for LeBron.
Not even prime time.
It's Monday.
Not even prime time.
That's a Monday playing Sacramento at 10:30 p.m. Right? On the same night the Super Bowl's on.
I'm glad you said that.
Hey, listen, Durant ain't locking up Murray. Durant ain't locking up the other team.
Hold on, Adam. Adam, sit back. You're cutting your head off again. Adam, where's LeBron ranked right now?
All time.
No. We're gonna spin it back for all time. Smooth expedited the process.
Yeah, excuse me. Sorry about that.
LeBron James is the 3rd best player in the NBA
right now. Who do you have ahead of him?
Durant's ahead of him. And Giannis. Only because Giannis's effort, because Giannis is 110 every single night.
Right.
LeBron is 37 years old now.
Yeah.
And he can't do it a long period of time like he once was doing. And as far as Durant's younger, and Durant can do it at a long period of time. But come playoffs, my opinion might change because the game slows down. And ain't nobody in the game smarter than LeBron James. He will cipher, he will break down everyone's offense that he's playing against.
You might be right about that.
And he will
risk losing game 1 to do it.
He will.
Yo, oh my God.
Hold on,
Corey, don't say shit.
He's that smart. He's that smart. Corey. Listen, in all time, LeBron's the 2nd greatest player to ever play this game.
Hold on. Adam.
Y'all kill me with the let's set the table for game one.
I know you're excited. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we got some structure here. We got to maintain the structure.
We'll drop game one. Give me the break. Yo, y'all are crazy.
Go ahead, Noah.
Smooth, you said you've got LeBron 8th all time.
Yeah.
C-Mac, where's LeBron ranked all time?
All right, so I meant if he at this pace he'll finish number 1, but right now because he's still playing, I have him at number 3. I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest player ever to touch a basketball, best player to ever touch best player in the world at 14 years old. There's been no other guy that they've changed the rules for other than Kareem. He has the most unguardable shot. He could have played to he was 50 if he wanted to.
They changed rules for a number of people.
But more rules. They changed more rules for Kareem than anybody else.
Fine, but
okay. Right? He dominated 3 decades, right? Like, let's be real, right? That's the best player ever, best player to touch a basketball, very influential. When black people were scared to talk, he was talking. That's Kareem, number 1, right? Mm-hmm. Number 2 is everybody's childhood hero that everybody thinks played 6 years is Michael Jordan.
6 years. That's all he played.
All he played was 6 years. The guy who quit on his team twice.
The
guy who has a sub 500 record without another teammate, as opposed to elevating that teammate, and that teammate needed to elevate him. The guy who only led his team in scoring and nothing else in the playoff championship run. That guy, Michael Jordan, and because he helped people wear baggy shorts, because he helped people wear his shoes, and little black kids died over his shoes. That's a very common thing. Because we have this sort of this slave adjacent mentality. We now have Michael Jordan at number 2. Number 3 lands LeBron James, who is arguably who is top 100 in steals, top 100 in points, top 100 in blocks, top 100 in 3-pointers made, top 100 in rebounds. Blocks. I'm sorry, LeBron assists. I'm sorry, LeBron James.
Corey.
And he's never had to shoot. He's never shot over 80% from the field. He's been dominant since he came in the league. He has been able to win championships on 3 different teams. He has been able to create and construct and build winners and winning teams. When he leaves, your team's going to the lottery. When he appears, you're going to the finals.
Corey, wow. I just want to piggyback on what Corey said. Don't disrespect him because he's top 10.
Adam, sit back. Adam, sit back. You're cutting your head off, bro.
Top 10 in
aesthetic we got to maintain.
Time. Top 10 in assists, and he's top 10 in steals. Not top 100, top 10.
No, but when you add blocks, it's even more. Even more.
He's going to be the first person in NBA history to average 30, 10, and 10.
He goes left better than James Harden.
Nobody in history is going to be able to top or duplicate what he did.
I'm going to offer this.
I hope that's not the case because I'm always I write these lists in pencil, meaning I'm always welcoming. Like Michael Jordan was the best player I had ever seen for a long time until I seen 20 years of LeBron James play basketball. I can't wait for the next guy to come and unseat LeBron James. I'm not player specific. I'm production specific. I
will offer
Adam,
this.
Hold on, Smooth. I gotta let Adam give me his.
No, do you think? Go ahead, Adam.
Adam, top 10 all time. Excuse me. Where do you have LeBron James ranked?
Top 5. I'm gonna say Michael Jordan, only because I didn't get to see him like that. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm part of the younger crowd who I was born in the late 80s, where as I got older, I was watching basketball. I ain't gonna front I was 4 or 5 years old when Jordan was hitting game winners, so I didn't see him like that. But as I got older, I watched him. I watched a lot of his tape, a lot of his games. His effort, he was 110 all the time. And that's one thing about LeBron's my favorite player all the time. But there's times where I seen LeBron I don't want to say give up, but
or you mean defer to the team game? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
he wanted to say give up. Allow that man to say give up.
Because you can't give up when people say he gave up in certain games and certain series, but the man put up 35, 10, and 5 and 11. That's not giving up numbers. So
in the quit game against the Celtics, he had 27, 19, and 4 blocks.
And imagine they say he quit that game. He quit on them.
He took his jersey off.
You just said that's a Monday. I mean, if that's a Monday, what does it matter?
If it was a Monday, and if you were agreeing with that Monday, you would have him higher than 8.
Ooh, that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem.
Listen, fellas. I got an agenda that I'm keeping here, and I appreciate all the enthusiasm. But Adam, I need you have no. Where do you have him all time?
Second right now. He's
Second.
gonna once he breaks the all-time scoring record, and he wins his 5th championship this year. He's already above Kobe, so he got 4 championships, 4 Finals MVPs. He's the greatest small forward to ever play this game. Bird can't fuck with him. Bird can't do what he does. Once he wins his 5th championship this year, he's the greatest player I've ever seen play in my life.
He's not getting a 5th title this year. I certainly appreciate you though. I have LeBron James either 2nd or 3rd right now. Only players I'm picking before LeBron James right now. Actually, I got LeBron James 3rd. I'm going Giannis and Joker are the only 2 players that are better, that are more impactful than LeBron James currently.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes, Steph is amazing. Steph is amazing.
That's a fair. Again, I'm good with the way you're looking at it there.
Yeah. Steph doesn't impact the game the way LeBron does. KD does not impact the game the way LeBron does. The only 2 players that do it better than LeBron right now are, of course, Giannis and Jokic, who just impact just about every phase of the game at a really, really high clip. All time, I've got LeBron James number 1. I've never seen, and I watched Jordan. I was born in '85. I grew up watching Jordan. Jordan was the best player I had ever seen for a very long time. Like, I miss obviously Kareem's prime, but I grew up. You know, my grandpops, my pops, my uncles, and them, they tell me about Kareem. To this day, my pop still says Dr. J is better than Mike. But that's generational, right? You always going to have
ABA Dr. J. I want people to look up that ABA Dr. J.
Yeah, filthy.
There's been a player like Mike before Mike. The problem with Kobe, there's been players like Kobe before Kobe. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a fact. But this is absolutely no disrespect to Mike. Mike was the reigning champ. I grew up to Mike. Mike is Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people hear me say these things and I have LeBron above him, people have to understand duality. They can both be tremendous basketball players. Like, me saying LeBron is the best doesn't mean Michael Jordan sucks. It just means that I've seen LeBron James impact the game more so than I've seen Michael Jordan impact the game. I've got LeBron number 3 right now. I've got him number 1 all time. It's a beautiful conversation to have, and we've all had it in numerous places, whether it be in the group, whether it be in the barbershop, whether it be anywhere. This conversation is going to be everlasting. My son is 6 years old. He's really into basketball. He trains 3 days a week. He's got his own private trainer. He's having the conversations now about LeBron James, and he's asking who's the best player. And I don't tell him. I just make him watch the games and, see what he likes and see what he doesn't like. But just a great conversation that's going to last, for decades to come, man. I appreciate you.
I'll just quickly offer this. I think LeBron, again, I have plenty of affirmations to offer about the guy. He's a great player.
What?
I do. Yeah, I think he's a great player.
Who is this? Yo, where's Smooth at?
Great player. But he also, his chameleon-like game, he has a unique ability to now put himself in position where, when LeBron plays the small ball 5, he's a fucking nightmare. And I will give him that. Just an absolute problem.
Who are you?
Again, I've looked at LeBron objectively. I just don't look at him how you look at him. That's just straight that. But I just think he has the ability.
It's impossible to say that you look at LeBron objectively.
I absolutely do.
There's 7 players who play basketball better than him.
I absolutely do. I think he has a chance to further your arguments that you've made about him, in that he could get 5, he could get 6. I think he could get a number of accolades down the line, right? Or specifically championships. If he eventually, as his game kind of slows down athletically, he reforms his game into a small ball 4 or 5 point forward situation. And LeBron James is playing well into his years, yo.
I mean, he's averaging damn near 30. He's averaging 29.
I don't think LeBron James plays more to put these records. He's not playing more to just find a way to get to the finals. I think he's literally legitimately said he wants to play with his son, but he also I think he wants to put these records out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
I think he wants to put the points record.
I mean, he's averaging 29 at 37 years old. He's under contract for 2 more years. His son can't play for how many more years? 3.
He's a junior.
So my thing is, if LeBron plays 5 years, he has a chance for Bronny James to somehow, squeak his way into the league and end up with him. I think that's a thing.
Is that the minimum move? Bronny can't play. It's going to take 5 years for him to be eligible.
It's going to take for him to be on the floor next to his son. It will be a minimum of 4 to 5 years. Minimum 4 to 5 years.
Because Bronny's a junior, so they're trying to pass the rule for high school kids to make it. So I don't think they're going to pass it this year. But he got 3. You got to figure. He's a junior now. This is his junior season. He's going to be a one and done, bearing no injuries, bearing no setbacks. So Bron just has to last 3 more years. So Smooth, let me ask you this question: I want to talk hypothetically. If Bron leads his team to the championship, does that change where he is on your list?
Oh, again, this would be one of his, if not his finest masterpiece. Yeah, again, I got my list in pencil too, Noah. So we are similar in that regard.
He just moved him to 7 on Smooth's list. Apparently,
he will definitely move to 7. But I would argue if he wins this is cracking the top 5 for certain for me. I will give him his due. And that's where I can go with it, man. Like he's a top 5 talent. He's a top 10 player. He's
disgusting.
He's a great player.
Yo,
he's a great player. I'm offering nothing but affirmations here.
We can't see it right now, but there are like sparks flying behind.
No, there are nothing but affirmations here. I gotta understand. It's taking me a while to get used to this purple and gold LeBron James.
Like his brain doesn't know how to compute.
I respect. Listen. Hey, you gotta give him more credit because the older heads that we have in the group wouldn't even give you that.
That's true.
Wouldn't even give you that.
2013 LeBron, 2018 LeBron, 2 of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen in my life.
2012, 2013 LeBron is one of the absolute best. Now, if
we
want to go at
2018,
that's
2018.
When he was robbed the defensive player of the year, when they gave it to a guy who didn't even make defensive first team.
Yeah.
Gross.
2012, 2013. Again, that was a special talent. That was special. That's a special guy right there.
Locked up Derrick Rose.
Absolutely special. So I give LeBron his due. But again, this ain't the nostalgia. This is me getting a chance to see the greats as I saw him. Yeah. And I seen guys, just whip up some special things that, I'm not sure if LeBron was,
So can I ask you
this? I'm not sure if he's there yet.
So can I ask you this? Have you ever seen a player in history take less talent than LeBron James did to the finals?
We should have a whole nother podcast about.
We're gonna have you back on here because there's more layers to this. I want to peel back, but there was no.
I'm answer that question.
Listen. Well, I'm gonna answer it with this. I could be on here all day and give my own soliloquy about how I don't think the best trait that I think, I won't say you all have specifically said, but that has constantly said way too much about him is that he makes everyone around him better. And I think that's one of the more falsities that you could say about LeBron James.
Why? The data and the evidence is there. When
data and the evidence,
the players around him say so.
Answer my question. Have you ever seen a star in the NBA take as much less of talent as he did to the finals? If
you want to say take, meaning he's the best player on his team and those guys are on his team, cool. But I don't think. Again, to me, that means you are literally not only carrying your team, dominating. He's not dominating that much where he's carrying the team. There's contributions.
Oh my God.
There's plenty of contributions to his winning team. Anthony Davis played some of his best basketball when winning a championship. Kyrie Irving also played some of his best basketball, but I don't think those are just simply by way of who LeBron James is and how he played. I think those individuals were individually great.
Let me end with this. LeBron James, 8 minutes and 33
You see that, right?
I see that. No, I actually have that saved. I have that saved somewhere. So trust me.
Do you have that saved for us, Move?
I have these things again. I have the caseload that again, the building case that people have for LeBron James. All these little things, right? All these things that they build one on top of the other to say he's the GOAT. And I always say, yo, the list is like this friggin' long, yo. Like it's these little things that these. When it's clear cut as day with LeBron, with Michael Jordan and Cat, it's undisputed. But we got to layer all these little things about LeBron James to force him to number 3.
No, you don't have to layer
more individual accomplishments than Michael Jordan. And y'all always use these team accomplishments to freaking go against LeBron.
But their argument about titles is so flawed because none of them will ever take Dirk Nowitzki before they.
Because you won't ever take the impact on winning argument. You will never ever. I will be in my grave trying to force you to understand what that is.
Because it's flawed. Because if you apply the same principles that you use to validate championships, that means you would take Dirk over Charles Barkley, and you would never do that.
Again, the apples and oranges can go away. You can throw that in. It's apples and oranges, dog.
Throw what away?
Again, those are not the elite of the elite. We're talking.
They're both top 5 at their position. What do you mean they're not elite?
Again, we're talking the best of the best. That's what I'm talking. We're talking
Smooth. You're talking best of the best. Jordan didn't elevate his team until Pippen came.
Move back, Adam. Fellas, I know we got more rounds to fire off, man, and we're gonna definitely have this conversation at length. I'm gonna wrap this up here, man, because this was a really great show.
Nah, good show, man. I appreciate it.
I was enjoying my time with you fellas.
Adam, we're definitely gonna send your number into the thread so I can have your contact, man. Because I definitely got to get you back on here, man. Wonderful basketball takes, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, listen, Adam, you got to catch Adam. Adam's international Adam, right? When it ain't COVID, Adam be traveling. Cause I didn't see Adam at some spots, man. Adam be doing his thing. He be at the Celtics games. He be, Adam be on the move, man.
Adam, certainly appreciate you, bro. This is not your last time on here. I have your contact, man. I'm gonna definitely get you back on here on a more routine basis. We appreciate your basketball acumen. To my coaches, C-Mac, Smooth, man, the time that you guys give me, I just want to say I certainly appreciate it.
Always, man.
I know you guys got a million things going on.
And thank you for and thank you for swinging it right back on Clubhouse, because I won't forget, man. Again, the way the presence that y'all make, and again, the Wolves.
I'm just there to troll.
The Wolves are always waiting in the wing for y'all to come on. So it's always a good time. And Adam, I'll send you the link for Clubhouse. I'll have you on it. You'll have a gang of LeBron James supporters alongside with you, and then you'll have some Wolves. All right, so just be prepared, brother.
I love listening to y'all. I'm a student of the game. Like, I love hearing y'all takes because y'all see more basketball than me. Right. And when I listen,
I've seen a lot of basketball, and I still don't get this. One of the smartest, craziest guys I know, man. The absolute brilliance.
Man, make sure you guys holla at Commish, get your merch, man. You got to rep the game properly. Tap in with us, man. Get involved with us on Facebook, man. That's where this whole S&T thing began. Shout out to DC, the Commish, making time for us tonight. Get involved with us on Facebook. Most certainly get involved with us over on Clubhouse. Best moderator on Clubhouse, that man right there. Man, we certainly appreciate you guys. Tapping with us everywhere. Social medias, S&T Sports, social media, sitandtalksports.com. Get with us on the YouTube. Get with us everywhere, man. We got big things going on. Sit and Talk Sports, man. This is the intersection of sports and culture. We certainly appreciate you. S&T Podcast, we out.
All right.